That belongs in a museum.
If they can put together a big Malagos turn, it's usually kind of lights out for the Milrug at this point. Now, that being said, Toaster's looking like he's getting very close to putting together one of those hands that can fill your opponent's hand with a bunch of cards and then make them draw too much. And this is exactly one of those situations. So Prep Vanish, this is like the big swing turn. All cards back to hand, and now he just coins out this Cold Light Oracle. That's going to burn 2 cards. It's going to help fill up his hand. This is kind of the win condition of this deck. It takes a long time to really put all this together, but if you can play defense for long enough, it makes a big difference. And Lotheb is such an important burn.
Yeah. Huh. So Toaster actually had a chance there to coin out Cold Light Oracle before he vanished.
Yeah, I'm curious if I would like to see that, or even to see the Shadow Step on the Cold Light Oracle. It's such an important minion to this build.
Yeah.
That when your opponent has an opportunity to kill it, they'll basically just kill it. And drawing Bran afterwards, that's like the major reason why Cold Light Oracle is so important in this deck, is because the whole goal at the end of the game is to land Bran and Cold Light Oracle turns, so that way you can actually force your opponent into that fatigue.
Yeah, he wouldn't have overdrawn. He would have put a Cold Light Oracle back in his hand, still milled Radlac for the same amount, but also had a Cold Light Oracle. It seems like, I'm going to throw it out there again, a strictly better play, Admirable.
Strictly better is going to be the phrase of the day. Yeah, Toaster, we're a much lighter hand now afterwards, but still plenty of tools in his hand to work with.
Yeah.
At least Starseeker makes its way to hand, too.
Okay, well, I have seen this before, so it's not a crazy thing, but it does give you sort of an added win condition if you know that a mill strategy is not going to be viable anymore. Like if you...
Soulfire is going to be the lead here. And Twilight Guardian, I think, a pretty good discard. Not a critically important card of this matchup. Oh, Emperor Thaurissan off the Death Lord. This is some bad news for Toaster. That is one of the strongest cards that you can have against this deck, because what it's trying to do is offset your opponent's curve. It's trying to keep them from being able to play lots of cards. Emperor Thaurissan, it unlocks such a much bigger potential to play a bunch of stuff than you normally would. And that, yeah. Oh goodness, that's scary. That needs to be taken care of.
Yeah. And Sap doesn't really take care of it now. Well, it takes care of it for now, but it doesn't really take care of it in general. It just seems like Toaster's kind of going through the motions here. He's not really thinking about his plays too much. And he is going to be under a lot of pressure. Not having that Cold Light Oracle might be a little bit of a bigger deal than we sort of suspect early on. He could have milled more cards. He would have had Bran plus Cold Light Oracle, maybe even just to look for answers himself. Not even to win the game, but look for answers himself. He still has the Shadow Step, and now...
But that could just be a situation where he's like, he looks at the board, he's like, I just know I can't recover this. I lost my Cold Light Oracle. Should have Shadow Stepped it and had that win condition still potentially available. Like you said, I mean, just anti-killbot, so he's going to stall out the game for a while, but the writing is kind of on the wall at this point. Your opponent's got 2 Emperor activations. They're going to get a 3rd one, and both saps have been used at this point. I mean, how do you take care of this board from here?
He even throws an attack into a 3/6 Twilight or Twilight Guardian. So,
you know what a 9/9 Reliquary Seeker looks like?
Baby.
Looks like
Let's take a look.
Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not quite enough. Had he played this Azure Drake, actually, I think he had lethal.
Yeah. He would have had 8 damage. He would have had. He would have.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So,
yeah. How often can you pass up the opportunity to go for a 9/9 Reliquary Seeker though?
Yeah, especially a 0-mana 9/9 Reliquary Seeker. He's going to go ahead and use the power overwhelming anyway. Not too much lost. I mean, opponent's at 7. You have lethal next turn. You have all the board presence in the world. Toaster would need a miracle to get out of this position, and he's not even close. He's got healed at 23, but look at the board pressure.
Well, he can start Shadow Step and heal bots again, because that plan worked out great for him.
Gosh, being harsh. You're like Kriparian harsh today.
I apologize.
No, don't apologize. I think it's great.
Yeah, he threw away his win conditions, it felt like, and all of their stuff every single turn with Cold Light Oracles. It just feels like that opportunity for Toaster was thrown away, and now that is going to be another game going over to Radlax. So that's going to be a 2-1 lead in this series. It is going to be on match point. It's going to get like 5+ mills. It doesn't feel as good to start milling your opponent, because it also, if they are drawing cards, you're getting them closer to being able to kill you. So Vanish also is sort of not a useless card, but it's not nearly as useful in this matchup than it is in other ones, because the Freeze Mage never really plays more than 1 minion at a time, sometimes 2, and a lot of times it's good. They want you to put those back in their hand if they don't have a full hand, because it gives them extra secrets for mad scientists, or it allows them to, well, I guess no, take that back. Unless it's like a novice engineer, then it works out pretty well.
I'm just going to Shadow Step Deathlord here, just wants to keep it protected, and Radlac is going to say, you know what, I think I just need a 4/6 on board to start attacking. And I don't disagree with this. I think this is a matchup where he quite literally needs to get a 4/6 on board and start attacking with it.
Yeah, that's very true. And just get something out of his hand. He can't wait for Reno to be activated. The Sap Reno Jackson.
Yeah, he's going to activate Ice Barrier as well. I'm a little bit surprised by that.
He can just never attack, but I guess he wants to get the recurring damage from the dagger in, which I suppose has some merit. But in order for that to pay off, he's going to have to attack for like 2 more turns.
Yep, is going to not cycle these Phantom Knives either. I'm curious exactly what he's holding these for. Maybe he's holding onto him for Acolyte of Pain. But you know, I think at this point I'd be wanting to dig to my Cold Light Oracles. You know, he has 4 copies left in his deck. You know, additional copies to gang up. Maybe even the Elise at this point. This feels like a spot where I want to draw cards, and this is the turn he's going to do it. Just wanted to get his Death Lord in line last turn, dagger up again. His first fan into prep. So not too much help from him at this point, kind of just waiting his Toaster. But time, I think, is definitely on his side.
Through and find it. Bran plus Elise Starseeker.
Yeah, 2 maps to the Golden Monkey in there.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if that's good. Because do you want to turn your Cold Light Oracles into legendaries? I don't even think so.
I know that I have played Bran Elise Starseeker before. It's really cool when it happens, but probably not his game plan in this one.
Yeah, I don't know. He just wants to find those cold lights.
Flame Strike and Ping. I think I would like to see him save Bran for those cold lights, indeed. Oh, there's one of them.
Yeah. This also makes it, I guess, Cold Light Oracle, or map can draw a Cold Light Oracle. Like, it doesn't put a dead draw in your deck. It just means you have to spend 2 extra mana to cycle through.
Oh, there's one map.
You know, you might as well, I guess. I don't know. It just feels like such a weird card to put in as a secondary win condition for a mill deck. Seems like both of those strategies work against each other.
Yeah. Milling Torch, I think kind of a welcome sight for him, but this is going to be big Emperor Thoris on turn here for Radlac. A lot of those key pieces in his hand, and he's sitting behind an ice block and has another ice block in his hand. You know, with that Alex Straza drawn, he may just feel comfortable in his ability to actually close this one. Now, Anti-Keelbot shows up, so this could throw a wrench into things, but there's no Shadow Step in Toaster's hand for that afterwards. He's just going to keep forcing the draws.
What's he going to mill? Loot Hoarder? That's not what he wants to see, but he's going to get one more here, and we'll see what that's going to be. Blizzard, that doesn't really help either. And both Ice Lances are going to be... Ooh, Arcane Intellect seems bold, but I guess he just wants more cards to be reduced. There's the Archmage.
Right as I say, it might be a Torch version instead. You got a good point with the Reno Jackson, though. It's a very excellent point.
Because he has Alex Straza. Ooh.
My hand is too full.
Can he just...
Another Cold Light Oracle. He's going to forego that one.
If he picks up a Shadow Step...
Oh, 10 points gets burned. Does have the Archmage, though, so he can easily make this up. He's got 3, 11. He's got 17 damage available to him this turn.
Toaster can kill off all of these. Double Heal Bot. Holy moly.
You know, this is actually, like, kind of smart for him to drop the Doomsayers to couple with this. Because if his opponent heals too much, he's able to Alex Straza him afterwards. Oh, he's going for the mill plan here.
He's out of cards. He's got lethal next turn with double Cold Light. I'm pretty sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is...
Because he's gonna go one. He's gonna go 1 into fatigue, and then the next turn he's gonna go 4 more into fatigue.
Oh,
that's
jeez.
5 plus 9 damage. So that's 14. Then the following turn would be an additional 6. So that'd be 20. Oh man.
All the attacks have added up. I mean, he's pushed through both ice barriers, too.
Yeah.
So even had the longevity to just push through the ice barriers, which I'm... Honestly, that's a little bit surprising to me. And he's considering prepping the Eviscerate here. He does have 10 cards in hand. He says, you know what? Don't need those extra cards. Don't really care about them. Can you win from this board state?
Yeah. And that is going to be lethal next turn with Cold Lights, because it'll be 9 total damage. And then the following turn he'll take an extra 6. So that'll be perfect lethal, even with just a Cold Light Oracle. He can even throw an Eviscerate at the face, so... that is going to... It should do it if I count it correctly.
Antique. Well, it's going to go Cold Light Oracle. So it's going to be 4 points and 5 points. That's 9.
And then 6 points on the backswing, which will proc your Ice Block. So.
Wow.
Oh, baby. Toaster taking a win.
That's pretty much the dream